story on over to your forecast on this weather impact alert day. Here's Brooke with what you need to know. Hey, Brooke.
Hey there, Mike. I think more than just scrim would be running back inside today, to say the least, as temperatures are a bit cold and it's just so gloomy. You're looking onto the downtown area with lots of low-lying cloud cover. There's even been a little bit of mist into the late morning and early afternoon. So temperatures now far cooler than we were all waking up. We actually reached our forecast high today earlier this morning, upper 50s at that point. Then the cold air started to rush in and now we're in the mid 40s across southeast Louisiana. So we'll continue with that significant temperature drop off as this boundary pushes in from the west. You see about a 25-degree temperature difference in Macomb, 22 in Baton Rouge, and that will only continue to increase numerically as we approach this afternoon. Now, all that cold air coming further south is Arctic in nature, so we've seen an even more significant drop off towards the northern portion of the state and the western portion near Lake Charles as well. Once again, our forecast for the overnight time frame definitely going to be the coldest. Right now, spots up towards the state line are right in the mid 30s. We see those 40s from Bogalusa down to Houma, and we've just barely been hanging on to the 50s in Belle Chase and down toward the coastline. So as we continue with our feels like temperatures, a lot cooler, almost 10 degrees in some locations because of the wind. You'll want to make sure you've got those cold weather preps in place. The wind forecast really not going to subside much as we head into the extended overnight hours, and we'll be gusting into 30-mile-per-hour ranges at a point. So that means the wind chills are even colder than actual temperatures. But as we continue into tonight, 40s and then eventual 30s on the South Shore. 30s and eventual 20s north of the lake. Those hard freeze concerns flying into Friday morning as well. We could have a couple weekend rain chances sprinkled back in again. So a weather impact alert is issued for tomorrow and Friday morning as a result of those temperatures at or below the 28-degree range for 4 hours or more north of the lake. That's when you have a concern for the pipe infrastructure problems. As we get into the weekend, we'll have improvements. But first, a cold weather advisory to get through as we approach tomorrow. Look at these wind chill values waking up. Teens on the North Shore. We see 20s across South Shore locations. And we're going to continue with that similar outlook into Friday before warming up on Saturday. So on the South Shore, you should be fine with just taking in those sensitive plants if they survive the snow, as well as your pets. On the North Shore, you'll want to make sure those pipes are wrapped, and then of course do the same with taking anything sensitive in, because it's going to be extremely cold. The coldest air we've seen since we were dealing with snow on the ground. No precipitation as a concern here, but all these areas included in pink are where you need to be thinking about the pipes. Otherwise, on the South Shore, this purple showcasing the light freeze conditions and frost into Friday morning. So maybe add a couple minutes to defrost the windshield. On the North Shore, we'll start to see a little bit less of a freeze concern into Saturday, when everybody jumps back up above 32, and then on Sunday it will be warmer all the more. And that takes us into our first big weekend of parades. Of course, it looks right now like most of them will be dry into late Saturday, early Sunday morning. We could have a couple of quick passing showers, but as we approach Mardi Gras itself, the extended outlook is pretty nice. So we may have a couple spots in the state above the normal mark, but I think southeast Louisiana will probably be below average in the low 60s for highs, maybe even upper 50s as we approach Fat Tuesday itself. Other than that, enjoy some sunshine returning tomorrow. Even though it will be cold, that will help us to feel a little bit warmer. Bundle up.